Philadelphia will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for San Antonio, Leonard and Aldridge, the two stars at the 3 and the 4. Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. And it's Gasol and at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here's Leonard after the miss from Joel Embiid. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Can't hit that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. You know, it's interesting, the classy LaMarcus Aldridge, first drafted by Chicago, then the rights traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. You know, Greg, he was seen as a complimentary piece initially to their stars, but by the time he left, many wondered also, he's now a superstar, but could he embrace a smaller role, especially a smaller scoring role with the San Antonio Spurs?
And it shows how far he came during his time in Portland. Last season, some of the lowest minutes and points per game of his career, but he was efficient, rebounded and blocked shots at a higher clip, and he wanted a chance to compete at the highest level.
And Joel Embiid, a big man with franchise player potential. Talk about what makes him special, guys.
Well, I think it's his size, his athleticism. And what I liked when I watched him at Kansas was how he improved so rapidly. Almost from game to game, you saw major strides in his performance. He can score inside and out. He can block shots. He defends. He runs the floor well. There's a reason he was drafted 3rd overall back in 2014, even with a broken foot.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, when you talk to other players on his team, Joel Embiid has one of those infectious personalities. I mean, he's fun-loving, always upbeat and positive, and doesn't mind a good joke or two. He and his team have needed that upbeat outlook at times this year.
And there's the pass to Skinny. From 11 feet away, that shot misses. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. The feed to Mills. Pass to Aldridge. Stolen by Sarge. It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. And some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson comes in for Joel Embiid. And Robert Covington subbed in for J.J. Redick. San Antonio also making some changes. Lee's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Down low, stolen by Sarge. Here's Covington. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. So Detroit will get the first possession. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Portis is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Grant, and it's Wade in at the shooting guard position. Smith dishes to Harris. Back to Smith. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
The Pistons, Chris, a team that continues to develop their outside game.
Well, it makes sense when you look at the Pistons roster. They've made sure to add more and more shooters at every position they can. With the team being built around Drummond, you want to open up space for him to go to work in the paint, draw those double teams, kick it out, and let the shooters do their job.
Chicago with the ball. Grant outside. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Off target from outside. On defense, Chicago. Here's Bradley. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
But you got to respect how much Harris hustles out there. He earns every rebound he gets.
Wade kicks to Portis. Wade drives in. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Now here's Bradley. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Puts it up from 15. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. There's the feed to Mirotic. Lets it go with a 3. It's not going to go for him.